Hello, welcome to my channel, 100 Days with Kajo. Today is day 45 of showing gratitude. I'm going to put my 5-minute timer on. We can go ahead and get started. I am grateful for investments. So last night I was up until like 12 or 1 a.m. and I just had like this burst of energy to look into different ETFs and stocks and stuff. And I just like felt convicted to like just start. I've always had like a little fear of investing a lot. I have my Roth IRA and stuff like that, but like real deal investing. And it's like since high school and I'm 24, I'm like, you know what? I need to do it now because when I blink, I'm going to be 100 years old with nothing. And I am grateful that I had that conviction last night to just get started. And I was looking up, researching different brokerage accounts, what's best for me, because I wanted a semi hands-off approach, something that I could customize, but still like let it do its thing. And I ended up not settling, but picking Betterment. And I don't know way too much about it to really give advice on it, but I'm giving it a shot. I opened 2 accounts on there and I started investing already. Well, I have it scheduled for Mondays because for me, okay. I'm also grateful that I understand my risk tolerance and my overall personality. And I feel like I sometimes lean on the conservative side and well, yes, I lean on the conservative side, and thinking about investing in money and all these things like all the time was just not realistic for me, especially since I'm very busy and I have a number of things I need to work on and think about. So I decided a while ago for my 2025 resolution that every Monday I would think about money. I call it my Money Monday. So I think if I need to call the bank, I call them then. If I need to change accounts, if I need to make investments, if I want to learn anything about money, I reserve it for Monday, at least for like 1 hour a day, at least an hour a day. Sometimes maybe less if like life is just crazy, but Monday is the day that I focus on money. Now, of course, today was not Monday. Today's Wednesday, but I decided, you know what, I'm just going to open it now, and I scheduled all my investments for that Monday. And I'm so grateful that I took that initiative, and like it feels odd right here, but you know what, it feels I'm nervous because it's the right decision, right? It's out of my comfort zone. I'm having to trust myself, and in the long run it's going to be good for my future. And I'm so grateful that we have investing so that my money grows for me, and as I'm not just relying on my primary salary. I'm grateful that I am not backing out of it. Like, I literally said, I'm doing it right now. And I did it this morning. Like, I slept on it last night to kind of decide which one I wanted. Woke up, decided on Betterment, like I mentioned, and opened it this morning. Like, I was like, I don't care how you feel. I don't care how nervous you are. Just do it. And I'm so grateful that I invested in myself. I'm also grateful that I invested in myself in different ways. I have a lot of projects in the works right now, which I'm not ready to share yet because I'm learning the art of keeping things to myself until I'm ready to share it, because like sharing it has some like negative consequences to it that I've experienced. But I am investing in other things, and I actually just sent out a commission so I can start outsourcing work, because I realized like I only have 24 hours in a day. However, if I outsource work, then I have more hours in the day, because then they're working while I'm sleeping. They're working while I'm doing my primary work at my job, or if I'm doing something else. And I took that leap of faith. It took me like 2 or 3 weeks to finally do it, because I had to like draft up what I wanted and then like send it to them. And I had to like really like trust that, you know what, regardless of what happens, this is, sorry, I keep checking the time. This is the best decision for me. And I also reassured myself, you know what, if it doesn't work out, I can always like cancel the contract and I wouldn't have to like pay for the rest of it. We would just stop where we stopped. And there's a learning curve. I have to, of course, what's the word? To test different freelancers and different freelance agencies and stuff, and see what best works for me. And I can always change my mind and I can always switch around. But the main goal is to at least start and find something or someone that can do the work, do certain things for me, so that way I'm not stressed out about it. It makes my life easier. And I'm so grateful that I took the time to research that. I actually was outsourcing on Upwork. I never used it before, but I've heard of it all the time. And it makes me feel a little better that it's not like, how can I explain? Like, so out of touch, or I don't know how to explain it, but I'm really grateful that I found it and it came into my life at the perfect moment. I think before, like, it wasn't really in my horizon at all, but the minute I started thinking about, oh, maybe I want to like outsource oh, my timer. I'm still going to talk about this. My timer. The second I thought about, oh, maybe I want to start outsourcing, immediately, I didn't even Google anything. Immediately, I start getting ads on YouTube and commercials and stuff on Upwork and other like outsourcing platforms. And I'm so grateful that Google's listening to me, the internet's listening to me, and gave me what I needed. And I did a lot of research. Like I didn't just look at Upwork. I looked at a lot of different other outsourcing platforms, and I ended up going with Upwork. And, of course, if it doesn't work out for me, I can always change it. And that's the beauty of it. And I'm so grateful for investing in myself in ways of like reading. And, well, yes, I've been reading a lot of like self help books and stuff, but then also like financial books right now. I'm reading the book, Jesus, the 4 Hour Work Week, which is funny because when I was talking to my friend about it, she said she saw a TikTok video that said anyone who has that book is toxic. And I was like, well, not, but whatever. And I'm so grateful that I took the initiative to invest in that book. I literally got it from this local bookstore for like $5 or $6. I think 10 at most. I really can't remember, but it was so worth it. I'm reading it slowly because, like, again, I'm so busy, but I'm so grateful that I'm taking the time to read it. And in the book, it is actually where it recommended outsourcing work. And it said in the book, like, if you just read this book and you don't implement anything, then just throw this book away. And I'm like, okay, instructions. Good to know. So I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. And I've been like, that's one of the few things from that book that I was implementing into my life. And I'm grateful that I'm implementing that. And I'm grateful and excited to see how this outsourcing thing works out. And of course, again, I'm going to stick to the plan, but I'll move accordingly and adjust accordingly. But I think it is best for me to outsource. And I'm so grateful for investing in all my interests. I'm grateful for, I know I'm well over 5 minutes, but I have a lot to say. I'm grateful for investing in modeling in my portfolio and investing in like the time to like go to another city to work with the best photographers. And I haven't done that yet this month, but I already have a list that was confirmed with my agent, and I'm working on what's the word? I'm always losing words. I'm working on scheduling that, and I'm waiting for them to tell me like exactly what kind of look they want me to do, or like what next they want me to implement in my book to make sure it's like diversified and stuff, which is so funny because it's like, okay, if I can invest in my portfolio, then I can invest in stocks, like if I'm paying $600-700 to work with this photographer, I think in turn I should invest that same $600-700 into stocks and ETFs and mutual funds and whatever. And I'm like, it's exciting, and I'm grateful that I'm excited about investing in myself in that. I'm also grateful that I have a true understanding that to make money, you need to spend money, and of course wisely, but I'm so grateful that I have so many resources to feel a bit more confident in my decisions. And I'm grateful that I am in this new year, like I'm hard launching it. I am making quicker decisions because I think for so long, the way I would procrastinate is like I'm learning. And it's like, okay, you're done learning, implement. When in reality, it should be you learn and then implement. You learn something. Like immediately after you learn something, try to implement it, even if it's at a smaller scale, even if it's like $1, $10, even if it's just like eeny weeny teeny. Like it's important that I actually do it. I'm so grateful that I am doing that. I'm so grateful that this kind of makes me nervous. I am grateful that I'm nervous about it, but I think because I'm nervous, it's a good thing. And I'm grateful that I'm, again, stepping out of my comfort zone. And I'm grateful that soon enough that this will not be outside of my comfort zone. I'm grateful for not shaming myself for not starting sooner because, again, I am an accountant. Can you believe that? Oh my God. But like, I'm very conservative. And like, I know a lot of people have this idea that accountants are all, I'm going to say, okay, let me stop. Accountants are good with money overall, but it depends on the type of accountant you are. Like I do auditing, so I just like look at different companies and like audit their financial statements and their systems and processes and all that stuff. And I'm not really investing. Like that's further education I have to do for myself. Not a lot of people know that, so I'm grateful that I don't let the shame of people's lack of knowledge about what I do to determine like my intelligence regarding like investing. If you're an accountant, then you know what I mean. Like people think like, oh, you're an accountant, you do taxes. I'm like, no, I don't do taxes. I do audit, you know. And it's like, I'm grateful that I don't feel that shame. I'm also grateful that I am starting now. Again, I should have started way earlier, but I shouldn't shame myself for it. It's better to start now than tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did this morning. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm grateful for, oh my goodness, what am I grateful for? I'm just grateful. You know what? The 5 minutes are up. I'm done talking about it, but I'm grateful for investing. And I urge you guys, like literally, if you watch this video, if you see the title, then you have homework. You need to go to YouTube or anywhere else or someone that you trust, see some brokerage account that you feel like you can trust, at least open it. You don't have to put any money in it, at least open it. And then the next task for the next day or whatever is invest like $10 or something. I know with Betterment, you can like invest as little as $10. Some other brokerage account you need like a minimum of maybe 100, or maybe there's no minimum, or maybe like 500. It really depends. Do your research. But I'm telling you guys, immediately do it now. It'll feel uneasy. Everything that you have never done before feels uneasy from the start. And yeah, just do it now. Just do it now. I also want to know, because accidentally I recorded this video earlier, but then my battery died and then it didn't save, and I'm feeling like I said certain things when I did it when it was in the last video. But just a little background, teeny weeny background. When like growing up, I've always been, again, on the conservative side of money, and it's because like money has always kind of been tight around, not so tight now, but like as a child, like you're seeing it. And of course my parents rarely told me no, but like you could see like some strain here and there and stuff. So then I think I like carry that with me, and like the fear of like not having enough, and like, okay, I need to save. And investing was like, oh, you could possibly lose money. And my brain and my body was like, no. And I'm training myself to stop feeling like that, because I do understand the power of investing, and I literally know it and I learn it, but it's just literally a feeling. You know, like people like to say like, oh, you're not investing because you're not smart. No, sometimes there's an emotional attachment to holding on to things, and it has nothing to do with logic. And like if you do something outside of your emotional comfort zone, it will literally feel like someone's like punching in your stomach or your chest. And that is in regard to anything you have an emotional attachment to. That's like food, people, objects, whatever. And you have to like, you don't want to like rip yourself from it, but like slowly train your body and your mind to know and believe that it is safe. And that's what I've been doing for a really long time. You know, it's funny because in high school I would save a lot. Like I actually, when I got my first job, I would only spend 25% of my check. I would save 75% of it. Granted, my parents were paying for everything, so it wasn't like I had like a whole bunch of bills and stuff, but like I did not buy, like I literally did not buy anything. Like I saved like practically every penny, which kind of worked out because I also used that money for college, which I'm glad in the way that I save for college. But I also think like, okay, during college, I feel like I could have invested a little more, but it's okay. I'm outside of undergrad. I'm still in graduate school right now, but I'm like, it's okay. It's better now than never. And I started forcing myself to buy myself more things, to go out and do things. And I had to slowly do this. It took me years to like really be comfortable, like buying silly little things and splurging on myself and just being okay. And like I'm also in the state of having a generous and abundant mindset, which I've always had, but it was like on the stingier side. And now I feel like I've fully stepped into it, and not just like as far as investing and saving and spending, but like in other ways of like, again, things I cannot share yet. But I'm finally being able to spend and not like think about it and like dwell on it, and feel and understand and have a deep knowing that money always comes. And it has always, like it has always proven to me that it comes. And it's kind of funny because like my sister and some people I know like tell me like, oh, they just feel like money just comes to me or something. And I'm like, okay, maybe I've always had that inherent, I don't know, what's the word, like it literally just comes to me. And I'm like, okay, trust that it will continue to come. There might be like some falls here and there, but in the grand scheme of things, it floods all the time. And I'm so grateful that I understand this, and again, I have a deep knowing of it. And now that if I'm able to invest and do all these things, that there's a risk of losing something, that it's further confirming that I believe that there is a surplus of abundance and wealth. And this little step forward is not going to deter me. Like, it's a whole thing. You really have to come to terms with yourself. I can't convince you. No one else can convince you. You literally have to sit down and understand why you do things the way you do, why you're not investing, why you're not saving, why you spend the way you spend. And you have to slowly deconstruct that and to be able to invest in yourself. Like, invest in yourself, again, not in just money, like in knowledge and people and experiences. Invest in yourself. So, again, overall, I'm grateful for investment. This one felt really personal because, again, I told you, I literally just did it this morning. I had so much emotion and attachment to it. And like, I was like riled up, whatever, and excited for it. And okay, I'm done talking. We're well over 5 minutes. I told you guys I'm going to try to keep this short. Please comment below, like, comment, subscribe, comment. Oh my goodness, why? I'm so excited that I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment below what investments you're grateful for, how you're investing in yourself, what investments you might recommend for others. Anything will literally help. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.